buckle up because My Hero Academia Season 8, Episode 2 does not let up for a second. If you thought the last episode brought the heat, wait till you see what goes down this time. Old heroes clash with ancient villains. The stakes shoot through the roof, and almost every second feels like it could be All Might's very last. So let's dive straight into the madness and heartbreak of this episode. There's a lot to unpack. The episode kicks off with a deceptively gentle vibe, a callback to All Might's childhood, infused with a sense of hope and innocence. It's a clever touch, reminding us that even heroes like Toshinori Yagi started out optimistic and idealistic, always wanting to help people in need. That sense of origin really sets up the emotional gut punch waiting in the rest of the episode. But flashbacks aside, the darkness comes crashing in almost immediately as our attention shifts to the fierce confrontation between All for One and Stain. And let me just say, the tension ramped up to 11 as Stain tried to stand against All for One. You can tell Stain isn't just any random villain. He's a man with a twisted code, almost obsessed with exposing what real heroism is supposed to mean. As Stain sniffs around, literally tracking blood stains left behind from previous battles, there's a haunting sense that he's hunting for something more than just victory. He's searching for meaning. Stain manages to activate his infamous blood curdle quirk, hoping to paralyze All for One by licking his blood. For a split moment, it looks like he might actually pull it off. But this is All for One we're talking about, the demon lord of the series. He doesn't just rely on brute force. He's a master tactician, prepared for almost any move his enemies might throw at him. In a jaw-dropping twist, All for One reveals the antigen swap ability he's been keeping in his pocket. He's rewritten his blood, leaving Stain powerless and gasping for breath. That moment, where Stain realizes he's beaten and his role in the story is over, is legitimately chilling. For all his deranged conviction, Stain's last stand, out in the open, exposed and determined to serve his twisted idea of heroism, ends tragically as All for One expels all his blood and snuffs out Stain's life. But the spotlight instantly switches to the main event, All Might and All for One's final clash. And wow, this fight feels like the last pages of an epic legend being written right before our eyes. All Might is running on fumes. His Hercules suit is battered. He's visibly injured, and every second seems to push him closer to the edge of death. All for One isn't holding back, taunting All Might about his lost smile, crushing hope, and the futility of holding onto the hero dream in a world so ripe with despair. He hoists All Might up, broken and exposed, and it's honestly hard to imagine him escaping the jaws of death this time. What really amps up the emotion are the flashbacks and visions swirling through All Might's mind. You see how much his life, his journey, and the relationships he built matter, not just to him, but to literally everyone watching. There are moments where All Might's master, Nighty, and even Nana Shimura seem to appear, giving words of encouragement and reminding him that a hero isn't just about power. It's about living on so others can succeed. He's told over and over, don't throw your life away. Stay alive long enough to keep your promise to Deku, to help raise the next generation, to remain the symbol of peace, even in the darkest hour. Meanwhile, the action above you. High ramps up in parallel. The coffin in the sky, a floating stronghold, starts to stabilize as Twice's clones fade, lightening the structure so the heroes can hold out a little longer. But all hell threatens to break loose again when All for One draws close to Tamura Shigaraki, intending to use his sludge warp quirk to merge with Shigaraki and pass on his quirk arsenal. That would literally mean creating a version of himself that surpasses anything we've ever seen. And the tension is unreal. Everything the heroes have fought for is teetering on a knife's edge. Midoriya desperately tries to hold off Shigaraki, keeping the most dangerous villains separated. But the balance won't hold for long, and it feels like everything could collapse any second. All Might's battle becomes pure survival. He loses his support items and can no longer rely on his legs. It's just him, his shield, and the desperate determination that made him a symbol all along. And as All for One gears up, ready to take him out, spectators everywhere, even the students, watch in horror, shouting for anyone to step in and save him. It's such a powerful sequence, seeing people who grew up idolizing All Might, now fearing this might be the end of an era. With things looking hopeless, a new surge of hope charges onto the scene. E.g. Bakugo is alive. In a brilliant cliffhanger, we see hints that Bakugo is about to leap back into action, possibly turning the tide just as the episode ends. The preview teases this even further, promising that next time, Kaken gets his big moment, potentially saving All Might and triggering the hero's comeback. So not only do we get a heart-stopping showdown, but we're left biting our nails for the next episode. The emotional core of this episode is huge. All Might is forced to reflect on everything he's done, the paths he's walked, and what his legacy means. Visions from his past, a young Deku asking, "Even if I don't have a quirk, can I become a hero?" Hit extra hard. All Might's answer, repeated in his own mind, "You can, because you never fully abandon your dream," reminds us that being a hero transcends quirks and powers. It's about heart, hope, and refusing to let go even in moments that seem impossibly dark. That's what makes All Might's continued resistance, fleeting as it might be, so epic. He's hanging on by sheer will, knowing his death could forever change the world. But it's not just about him. The whole cast, from Gentle Criminal to Star's X-66 fleet, everyone's lending what help they can, tying the fate of countless people to All Might's struggle. The villainous side, meanwhile, is crumbling from within. All for One's allegedly perfect plan is starting to unravel. The gears slipping out of place thanks to the hopes and dreams the heroes refuse to let die. Wrapping up, Season 8 Episode 2 is a gut-wrenching battle of hope against despair. Legacies versus raw power. It brings the suspense and heartbreak full tilt, showing us both the end of some heroes and the possible birth of new ones. The cliffhanger with Bakugo rushing in promises even bigger twists next episode, setting up what could be the show's most epic turning point. If you felt the tension, heartbreak, or got hyped for Bakugo's return, drop a comment below with your thoughts. Smash that like button, share the video with fellow MHA fans, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the chaos and hype of My Hero Academia. See you next time, and remember, go beyond. PLS ULTRA.